Hey, story time is up. And we got one that's a question of loyalty and pride, I guess you want to call it. Let's begin.
Withdrew my daughter's medical fund during her cancer treatment because she refused to move back home where I could care for her properly. Everyone thinks I'm a monster. My own family won't speak to me. People I've known for decades cross the street when they see me coming, but none of them understand what really happened. None of them were there. None of them saw how stubborn and ungrateful my daughter was being during the most critical time of her life. Let me tell you the real story, not the twisted version that everyone else seems to believe. My daughter Anna was diagnosed with breast cancer 18 months ago. She was 32 years old, living in Seattle, working some tech job that kept her glued to a computer screen 60 hours a week. I've been telling her for years that her lifestyle was unhealthy. The stress, the long hours, the processed food she probably ate because she was too busy to cook properly. But did she listen? No. And then came the diagnosis. Stage 3, aggressive. The doctors gave her treatment options, surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. The whole nightmare that cancer brings. When she called to tell me, I was devastated. My baby girl sick with cancer, I cried for hours. But then I pulled myself together because that's what mothers do. We don't fall apart, we take action. You need to come home, I told her. Come back to Ohio. I'll take care of you during treatment. You can stay in your old room. I'll drive you to appointments, make you healthy meals, help you through this. Mom, my doctors are here. My treatment team is here. My job has good insurance and they're being flexible about my schedule. I'm staying in Seattle. Seattle, 3,000 miles away from me, from her family, from people who actually loved her. Anna, you can't go through this alone. You need your mother. I'm not alone. I have friends here. I have my boyfriend Marcus. I have a whole support system. Marcus, I'd never even met this man. Anna had been dating him for 2 years, but I'd never met him because she never came home, and I couldn't afford to fly to Seattle on a whim. For all I knew, he was completely unsuitable, and now she was trusting him to help her through cancer treatment instead of her own mother. Friends aren't family, I told her. And some boyfriend you've known for 2 years isn't going to stick around when things get hard. You need to be realistic, Anna. Come home. I'm staying here, Mom. This is where my life is. We argued about it for weeks. Every phone call I brought it up, every text message. I sent her articles about how important family support is during cancer treatment. I sent her statistics about survival rates and the role of caregiving. I even contacted her father, we've been divorced for 15 years, to try to get him to convince her, but he took her side like he always did.
This sounds trivial when I say this part, but she just sounds doting and clingy. And the fact that she just said that it's been over a decade that she and her ex-husband have been divorced, it doesn't bode well in her favor. If you disagree, my bad, but let me know in the comments. Let's continue.
She's an adult, Michelle, he said. She gets to make her own medical decisions. Her own medical decisions, as if she was thinking clearly, as if cancer wasn't affecting her judgment. But Anna wouldn't budge. She started chemotherapy in Seattle and I had to hear about it secondhand. She'd call me after appointments, tell me how it went, but it wasn't the same as being there. I should have been holding her hand. I should have been bringing her home afterward, tucking her into bed, making her soup. Instead, it was Marcus doing all of that. Marcus, who I'd never even met. Marcus, who probably didn't know the first thing about proper nutrition or immune system support or any of the things a cancer patient needs. That's when I remembered the fund. When Anna was born, I started a savings account for her. Over the years, I added to it whenever I could. It was meant for her future, college, a wedding, a house down payment, whatever she needed. By the time she was 30, there was almost $50,000 in that account. The account was in my name with Anna as the beneficiary. I'd always planned to transfer it to her when the time was right, but I'd never gotten around to it. Technically, legally, it was my money. I could do whatever I wanted with it. When Anna's medical bills started piling up, I told her about the fund. I have money set aside for you, I said. Almost $50,000. It should help with your treatment costs, the deductibles and copays and whatever insurance doesn't cover. She cried, actually cried with relief. Mom, I don't know what to say. That's incredible, thank you. Of course, sweetheart. I've been saving it your whole life for when you really needed it. And you really need it now. But then I had a thought. Why should I just hand over this money so she could continue making bad decisions? Why should I fund her stubborn insistence on staying in Seattle, away from proper care, away from me? The money gave me leverage. There is one condition, I told her. What kind of condition? I want you to come home, transfer your care to the hospital here, move back into the house. Let me take care of you the right way. If you do that, the money is yours. Silence on the other end of the line. Mom, I can't do that. I told you my doctors are here. My treatment plan is established. Starting over somewhere new would be. Doctors are doctors, Anna. They have hospitals in Ohio too. You can get the same treatment here. It's not that simple, and my whole life is in Seattle. My job, my apartment, Marcus. Your job will be there when you're better. Your apartment can be sublet. And Marcus, I paused. If he really cares about you, he'll understand that you need to be with family right now. He does care about me. He's been amazing through all of this. Then he can visit, but you need to come home, Anna. That's my offer. Come home and you get the money, stay in Seattle, and I didn't finish the sentence. I didn't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to. You want to know the problem with this is? Conditional care from a mother? Already. That's like signing a contract with the devil. I'll give you anything you want in life. You can have the money, the cars, the women, the houses, the this, the that, the third, all the way to cloud nine. But when it's time to collect, I'm collecting. That's literally what she's saying. It sounds like signing a deal with the devil. Even though, yeah, I get it. This is just some lonely ass, old lady. I can easily detect that. But for those of you parents that are actually watching, listening, would you do this to your child? Put a condition on their health? Let's keep going.
Are you seriously holding money hostage to try to control where I get cancer treatment? I'm not controlling anything. I'm offering to help you with conditions. That's perfectly reasonable. It's not reasonable, it's manipulative. Don't use that tone with me. I'm your mother and I'm trying to save your life. She hung up on me. Over the next few days, other people started calling. Anna's father, her aunt, even Marcus, who had the audacity to call me directly. Mrs. Chen, he said, his voice strained with forced politeness, I understand you're worried about Anna. We all are. But she's getting excellent care here and uprooting her treatment right now could be dangerous. And you're a doctor, you have medical training. No, but her oncologist. Exactly, you're not a doctor. You're just some boyfriend who thinks he knows better than her mother. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just asking you to reconsider. Anna's medical bills are overwhelming. That money would make such a difference. Then convince her to come home. He tried a few more times, but I held firm. Eventually he stopped calling. Anna tried too. She sent me long emails explaining her treatment plan, how her doctors had specifically calibrated her chemotherapy protocol, how changing hospitals mid-treatment could affect her outcomes. She sent me letters from her oncologist explaining the risks of transferring care. But I knew what this really was, excuses. Anna was scared to admit she'd been wrong, scared to admit that she needed her mother, so she was hiding behind medical jargon and doctor's notes. I didn't respond to most of her messages. When I did, I kept it simple. Come home and the money is yours. 3 months into her treatment, Anna's insurance denied coverage for some experimental drug her doctors wanted to try. The out-of-pocket cost was $18,000. She called me desperate. Mom, please, I need this drug. The doctors think it could make a real difference, but I can't afford it without the fund. You know what you need to do. I can't come home, why won't you understand that? Why won't you understand that I'm trying to help you? She was crying now. If you were trying to help me, you'd give me the money so I can get the treatment I need. This isn't about what's best for me. This is about you getting your way. Everything I do is about what's best for you. I'm your mother. I know what you need better than you do. I'm 32 years old. And you're sick, you're not thinking clearly. The stress, the drugs, the cancer, it's all affecting your judgment. That's why you need to trust me. She hung up again. Anna didn't get the experimental drug. I heard later from her aunt that she'd started a GoFundMe to try to raise the money, but it only brought in about $4,000. Not enough. Her treatment continued with the standard protocol. She lost her hair, she lost weight. From the photos her aunt showed me, because Anna stopped sending me any updates, she looked frail, exhausted. It broke my heart to see her like that. But it also reinforced my conviction that I was right. She needed to be home. She needed proper care. She needed me. 6 months into treatment, Anna's father called me. He was furious. Do you know what you're doing to her? She's drowning in medical debt. She had to quit her job because she was too sick to work. Marcus is working 2 jobs to try to keep them afloat, and you're sitting on $50,000 that could change everything for her. I've offered her the money. She just needs to come home. She can't come home. Her doctors are in Seattle. Her treatment team knows her case. Starting over would set her back months. That's what she says, but that's what her oncologist says. I've talked to them. I've seen the treatment plan. Michelle, you're not a doctor. You don't get to make these decisions. I'm her mother's. You're using her cancer to manipulate her. That's what you're doing, and it's disgusting. He hung up before I could respond. But he was wrong. I wasn't manipulating anyone. I was setting boundaries. I was making it clear that if Anna wanted my help, she needed to accept it on my terms. That's not manipulation. That's just...
What it is narcissism. But see, narcissism amongst other things. The problem is no real parent would ever do such a thing, I like to think. Hold things hostage, as they said it. That's exactly what she's doing. And that's very sickening. No parent should or would ever do such a thing just because they want something out of it. She wants company and can't say it. And then she's making it about being right, which makes it worse. This is the most childish use of a life. Give me your thoughts. And be as specific as you like. Relate, debate. If you got to be evil in the comments, be evil in the comments. Let's resume.
Basic respect. The months dragged on. Anna's aunt kept me updated, even though Anna had asked her not to. I heard about the good days and the bad days. The days when the chemo made her so sick she couldn't get out of bed. The days when she felt strong enough to take a short walk. The days when Marcus had to carry her to the bathroom because she was too weak to walk on her own. Every update made me more certain that I was right. Anna was suffering, struggling, barely surviving, and it was all because she was too proud to admit she needed to come home. Then, 8 months into treatment, something shifted. Anna stopped asking for the money. She stopped calling altogether. My aunt said Anna had told the family she was done trying to reason with me, done hoping I'd change my mind. She said she'd rather go into debt than give in to your conditions, my aunt told me. She said she won't be manipulated, even if it costs her everything. I was stunned. Didn't she understand that I was trying to help her? Didn't she see that everything I was doing was out of love? That's when I made my decision. If Anna wasn't going to use the money the right way, then she didn't deserve it at all. If she was going to be stubborn and refuse to accept help on reasonable terms, then why should I keep the money sitting in an account, waiting for her to come to her senses? I withdrew the entire fund, all $50,000. I used some of it to renovate Anna's old bedroom. I bought a new bed, new curtains, painted the walls a soothing blue colour. I wanted it to be ready for when she finally came home. The rest of the money I put into my own savings. It was my money anyway. I'd earned it. I'd saved it. And if Anna wasn't going to be grateful for it, then I deserved to use it however I wanted. I didn't tell anyone at first. But eventually, Anna's aunt found out somehow, probably from seeing my renovations when she came to visit, and she told the rest of the family. The phone calls started immediately. My ex-husband, you withdrew the money while she's still in treatment. My sister, Michelle, how could you? She's your daughter. She has cancer. My mother, I didn't raise you to be this cruel. Cruel, that word again. But none of them understood. I had offered Anna the money. I had offered to help her, to care for her, to make everything easier. All she had to do was come home. That was it, one simple thing. And she refused. So the consequences were on her, not me. Anna found out about a week later. She didn't call me. She sent a single text message. I know what you did. Don't ever contact me again. That was a year ago. Anna finished her treatment 4 months ago. I know this because my sister told me, even though Anna specifically asked the family not to share information with me anymore. The cancer is in remission. She's recovering. She kept her apartment, though she and Marcus had to take on additional roommates to afford the rent. She's swimming in medical debt, over $100,000 according to my sister, and will be paying it off for years. But she's alive. See, she didn't need my money. She didn't need to come home. She survived anyway, which just proves that I was right all along. She was being dramatic about the whole thing. I've tried to reach out a few times. I sent her a card when I heard she'd finished treatment. Congratulations on completing your treatment. I always knew you were strong. Love, Mom. No response. I sent her a message on her birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well. The door is always open if you want to come home. No response. I even tried calling once, but her number had been changed. My sister is the only family member who still talks to me, and even she keeps me at arm's length now. She told me last month that Anna got engaged to Marcus. They're planning a small wedding next spring. You won't be invited, my sister said. I thought you should know. My own daughter's wedding, and I won't be there. But that's her choice. She's the one who decided to cut me out of her life. She's the one who refused to accept help when it was offered. She's the one who chose pride over family. I redecorated the house with some of the money from the fund. New furniture, new appliances. It looks beautiful. Sometimes I sit in Anna's renovated room and imagine what it would have been like if she'd come home, if she'd let me take care of her, if she'd accepted my help instead of being so stubborn. We could have gotten through it together. I could have been there for every appointment, every treatment, every hard day. Instead, she went through it with strangers and some boyfriend who'll probably leave her eventually anyway.
You hear the selfishness? You hear the ass backwards? She's accusing her daughter of everything she's the one actually committing. She's the one committing these wrongs she's blaming her own daughter for. She's still making this about being right and all this other stuff. Then still trying to reach out to her, make it sound like she's so confused. I know I'm not the only one hearing it. She's confused out of her brain. She wanted so desperately to be right. But if she really cared about, her well-being, rather than insisting she go home, why didn't she just go to Seattle to just be with them until everything turned around? With or without the money? Why put that money into renovating a room she was never coming back to? Like, listen to the ass backwards in her whole logic. I never heard such stupidity. let's finish up.
My friends don't understand why I seem upset about the situation. The few who still talk to me anyway. You made your choice, one of them said. You chose the money and the conditions over your relationship with your daughter. You have to live with that. But that's not what happened. I chose to set boundaries. I chose to offer help on my terms. Anna was the one who chose to reject that help. I don't regret withdrawing the money. It was mine. I earned it. And if Anna wasn't going to use it appropriately, then I had every right to spend it on myself. What I do regret is that Anna is too stubborn to see that everything I did was for her own good. That I was trying to protect her. That mothers know best, even when their adult children think they know better. The medical debt she's carrying now, that's on her. She could have avoided all of it by just coming home. The stress she went through, doing treatment alone 3,000 miles from her family, that's on her too. I gave her a choice, she made the wrong one. People in town whisper about me now, I've heard the rumours. Did you hear what she did to her daughter? Withdrew her medical fund during cancer treatment, can you imagine? But they don't know the full story. They don't know about my conditions, my offers, my attempts to help. They just hear Anna's version, where I'm the villain. I've thought about writing a letter to Anna, explaining everything one more time. Helping her understand that I was trying to save her from herself, trying to ensure she got the best possible care. But my sister says it would just make things worse. Anna has made it clear she wants nothing to do with you, she said. You need to respect that. Respect that. Everyone keeps telling me to respect Anna's boundaries, respect her decisions, respect her choices. But what about respecting me? What about acknowledging that I'm her mother, that I deserve consideration, that my feelings matter too? No one seems to care about that. I look at the renovated bedroom sometimes and wonder if Anna will ever see it. If she'll ever come home, even just to visit. If there will ever be a reconciliation. Probably not. But that's her loss, not mine. I did everything right. I offered help. I set reasonable conditions. I made it clear what I needed in exchange for my support. If Anna chose to reject all of that, if she chose to struggle and suffer and go into debt rather than accept help from her own mother, then that says something about her, not about me. I sleep fine at night. I'm comfortable in my renovated house, surrounded by the nice things I bought with money that was legally mine. I did nothing wrong. Anna is the one who made the wrong choice. And someday, when she's older and wiser, maybe she'll realize that. Or maybe she won't. Either way, I know the truth. I was trying to help. That's all I've ever done. I withdrew my daughter's medical fund.
I mean, she's telling on herself. And she's still, like, how do you hear yourself speak and not know what the hell you're talking about? You withdrew money and you spent it on renovations of a room she'll never return to. I had just said this but a few minutes ago. How do you manage to figure she'll ever see it? She didn't even spend it on herself. She spent it on the idea of her coming back. What logic does this make? Like, can you see this making sense? I sure as hell don't. I don't. This is stupid. But okay, people will be people. And a bitter, lonely mother will be a bitter, lonely mother. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to like, share, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. We out.